Okay, so I'm going to unbind it, tip it up, back off, go take the brush hog off, and then come back, drive back on, and grab the TR3 rake and pull that off. Good, but the remote didn't work when I got further back. There's a little antenna that comes on this thing that they didn't have it set up when I picked up the trailer, so I just been kind of figuring it out. But it has this little magnetic antenna, but it's all aluminum, so it doesn't stick to anything. So I got to run this out somewhere. There's a bunch of cord in here, so I got to run that little antenna out somewhere so that it can get the signal with the remote better. I think that's gonna be key. The other thing I wonder too is if that sending unit is constantly looking for a signal from the remote, always on, drawing power, which would draw the power down on the battery in here. So you probably really got to keep it plugged in. There is an on-off switch for the unit that this connects to. This plate here just lifts up, and underneath that is the sending unit. There's a little on-off switch on it, but that seems like it'd be a real pain in the butt every time to pull out all your chains and stuff and flip that on and off. I'll probably get a bag or something to keep the remote in and just leave it in this box. But it did seem to work pretty well. So I think that these kind of hook on here when it's all the way down. It just kind of locks it in place is what I think here. It also has these guys that you can put in the cylinders here if you need to get up under here and do any service with it in the up position. Kind of a safety thing. But it's all built really well. The welds on it are really nice. All the welds on it are super nice welds. I ordered it, with the aluminum wheels. It's all LED lights. Show you the lights on the back here too. It's kind of, see, the remote just doesn't work really well with that antenna in the box. So it has this kind of lip here, but down below that are these LED lights. That are pretty nice, actually. It's nice how they're kind of protected. You've got, these things here, these pieces of metal that are kind of protecting these LED lights. They're recessed up in here. Sorry about the sun, but it's kind of nice how they do that. So they're nice and protected. But at any rate, I think it worked pretty good. Pretty pleased with it. So I had a really hard time deciding between a deck over trailer or this. But 90% of my towing is with that tractor, or maybe side by side. So for the couple of times that a deck over might be useful, the rest of the time it'd be more of a pain because I'm pretty short. So for me, with this trailer, I can stand here and I can reach all the hook points on my tractor from the ground. With a deck over, I got to climb up on the trailer to reach any of those points because the trailer is wider and higher and I'm short, so I can't reach the points on my tractor where I got to hook the chains without climbing up onto the trailer. And that just seemed like a lot more of a pain for me for how infrequently the advantages of the deck over would be utilized. So that's why I went with this trailer. I wish they made this trailer a full width. In other words, the deck would be as wide as the fender wells. Even if the fender wells weren't drive over, I would have liked that extra width. I would have paid more for that. That's kind of how my my load trailer is over here. I'll show you what I was talking about on that. I really do like the full width of this trailer. This trailer has the drive over fenders that you could drive over, but I've had this trailer since 2018. It's now late 2024, and I've never once needed to drive over the fenders. So for my uses, the drive over fenders don't really matter to me, but the full width has been utilized a couple of times, putting two pallets, one side by side, fit with the full width. My son's side by side I could put on here sideways and it fits. It won't fit on that trailer sideways. But I decided I didn't care too much about that because he's probably going to end up with a bigger machine before too long. I did like the full down ramps on this, but this is a 22-foot trailer. And when I got the tractor on here with the brush hog, that brush hog hangs off the back quite a bit. And I can't bring an extra implement with me. That if I got the grapple on here, the tractor and the brush hog, that's all I can do. And in order to flip up these ramps, I would have to raise the loader up, drive as far forward as I can. I generally put the jack stand down to support it so all that weight wasn't going on the hitch, because I'd have to pull the tractor almost all the way forward, raise the brush hog up all the way to flip these ramps down, and then back up, and then chain it up. So it was a lot more to go back and forth and make it work on here. It did it. I could do it. It was just more of a pain. Plus these ramps are actually quite heavy. So that was another kind of downside with this load trailer. But it has been a pretty good trailer, except for the fact, like I said, this is 2018. It's now September 2024, and look at how rusty it is. So I think that's pretty bad amount of rust, but you guys that use these all the time might not really think so. For me, I tow, I don't know, 5 to 10 times a year. Maybe this has been out in the winter 2 or 3 times, and I tried to wash it off the best I could when I got it back. But it was starting to rust on me, and I just don't like that rusty look. And so I decided that I'm going to sell it before it really gets rusty. All the clips underneath this trailer that hold the lighting wire, the wiring for all the lights, they all rotted out. I had to go around last winter and zip tie everything up. Which wasn't that hard to do, but still, like I said, it's not that old in my mind, and it really doesn't get that much use compared to you guys that are running these every day. So that's why I did not want another painted trailer. So for me, the decision was going to be either galvanized or aluminum. There are some advantages either way on that. I really liked the N&N trailers, but they didn't make the power tilt. And when I saw the power tilt trailer, I just really liked that idea of no fold-up ramps. Just tip it up, drive on, tip it up, drive off. I liked that idea. I thought it would make loading a lot faster and a lot easier, and it is a lot faster and a lot easier. I also really wanted a hydraulic jack in the front here for hitching, unhitching. That too is a great help with that whole process. It does ride a little low, this trailer, you can see, but I don't really think that's going to be a problem. My other trailer, the equipment trailer, the load trail, if you look at how low the tail end is on that trailer, it's really close to the ground. And going in and out of my driveway, which is a dip, when I would go down in that dip, the tail of this trailer would drag almost every time, but not all the time. Now this trailer is much higher on the tail end, so there's no worry about that. And in here I don't foresee any problems scraping. I've been in and out of the driveway, no problems. And I'm not really taking this thing off-road. You know, I'm not Bajan with it, so I don't really care too much that it's kind of low. I don't think it's much lower than Legend snowmobile trailer. I mean, this is relatively low as well, so I've not had an issue with this scraping anywhere. I guess that's kind of it on this. It has really nice LED lighting here. I will say these stake pockets are a little small. These I don't know, D-ring loops or whatever, they just pull in and out. They wouldn't fit in the stinking pockets. So I ended up having to pound them and squish them down in the vise and then grind down the sides to get these stake pocket things to fit in here. Yeah, they don't even... So that was a little annoying, that the stake pockets are a little bit smaller than on that trailer, or I would say probably a lot of other trailers. I mean, I bought these galvanized D-rings off of Amazon. I assume they're just a standard C-channel size, but yet they didn't work on this trailer very well. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, the salt shield here. So I went back and forth on the salt shield. Like, I don't really need it. Is it going to be in the way? You can't see your load on the trailer as well. And with that TR3 rake, it just barely fits in between this. I mean, I've got maybe a finger's width on either side. It's really tight, but it does fit. And pull back in that on here, you really got to watch out for the spare tire too, because the rake is, you know, as wide as the trailer. And then I decided to go with it ultimately because it's just bolted on. If I need to take it off, it's just a few bolts and off it comes. So I decided that I'll go for it, and it adds a little bit of protection from stones or whatever else that might come up and hit something on here, or like it's called, salt shield. In the winter, if I tow, it should afford some additional protection there. But I don't really plan on using the trailer too much in the winter, but you never really plan on that. It just kind of happens sometimes. So I wanted to be able to have that extra protection if needed. Another thing I'll mention is it has the adjustable coupler here which was kind of nice. So I set the height of my WaySafe hitch, which, by the way, the WaySafe hitches are awesome. It has a little scale on it so you can see your tongue weight, and that's really nice for getting your load just right. It came with the safety breakaway thing, but it didn't have any clip on here. It just had this loop, so I had to get a little clip here or something to hook it on. And I know there's other ways around that, but I just but so the adjustable height here, right? So I set the height of my WaySafe hitch so that when I'm towing my load trail snowmobile trailer, that trailer is nice and level. This trailer does not have an adjustable tongue on it. It's fixed. Right now I got the Proven is it Proven Design or Proven Industries lock on here. Those are great locks. But this one's fixed. So I set the height of the WaySafe hitch to line up with that, and then I adjusted the height of this. You know, I had to lower it all the way down to get it so that this was close to level when I'm towing. So that is kind of nice that they have that. I really wish, you know, you're spending all this money on this really nice aluminum trailer. I wish that this whole coupling system was either galvanized or stainless steel or something other than painted metal. I assume they can't do it out of aluminum with the weight issues and stuff. But you know, the whole point of the trailer is so it won't rust. And that's going to be right in the, you know, getting all the debris and everything from the kicked up from the truck. So that was a little disappointing about that. I mean, I guess the hitch, or the jack rather, probably going to rust too, but you can't avoid it all the way around. Obviously the leaf springs and stuff. Raise this up a little bit here so you can see underneath the trailer. The axles are not stainless or galvanized or anything, so you know they're gonna rust and stuff too. So it's kind of nice because there we go, we're maxed out. You can raise the tires right off of here, so I guess if you get a flat, you can change tire. That's kind of nice. But the axles are, you know, just regular metal. The wiring is all pretty nice. The way that they do the wiring looks nice. It's all in a nice loom all the way along. It has aluminum clips holding it up in there, so they're not going to rust out. If you look at these little clips like this here that's holding this wire up in here, there's one. So those are what rotted all out on my load trailer. And I had to replace all those. So that was a little annoying. So I guess I don't have to worry about that on this trailer, so that's nice. It's very well constructed and gusseted, and so yeah, if you have any questions, shoot me a question. I guess that's all I got on it. I just haven't seen too many videos on these Nordteks. Nordtek. I don't know. I bought it from Wilkinson's Auto Sales in Hornell. They were great to work with. I pretty much did it all via email and phone. And they were great to work with. We were able to do it via email, mail some paperwork back and forth, so then I could just go down and pick it up and go. So that was nice. Oh, Riker, let me Riker off the trailer here. It's not super fast, but fast enough. Uh-oh. There we go.